You don't have time, you don't have extra money, and you definitely don't have the energy to waste on things that don't work. I get it because I've been there. But what if I told you that being a single mom actually made me better at business? In this video, I'm going to flip the script on how we think about business and motherhood and show you how being short on time actually helped me create a smarter and simpler way to build a business. But before we get into it, let me know in the comments, what's the biggest thing holding you back from starting or growing your business? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section. And when I first started trying to make money from home, I did what most people do. I tried everything. I took courses, I watched endless YouTube videos, I listened to countless hours of podcasts. I spent hours on things that I felt were productive, but weren't actually moving the needle. So I ended up overwhelmed, exhausted, and honestly pretty discouraged. But then everything changed. Because of circumstances, I had to make it work in the little time that I had when I became a single mom. And yet, I still wanted to home educate my son. So with an average of about 10 hours a week, roughly, to work, I had to cut out the fluff and focus only on what would actually move the business forward, and to do so in the least stressful way possible. So one question I had to ask myself was whether I wanted to continue with the video coaching business that I'd been building. And I came to the conclusion that this was not what God wanted me to do. That instead, that this was more of a training ground for me to understand how business works in preparation for what He actually has in store for me in building what I'm now doing. So with this new mission in mind, I started asking, okay, so what's actually going to make me money? What's actually going to grow my audience? And what's just going to keep me busy and delay getting the results for me and for my clients? I was keen to get up and running as soon as possible, not just for providing for me and my son, but also because I would keep seeing posts of people that needed what I could offer, and I didn't have it ready yet. So that's when I mapped out my overall strategy, and I focused on building out my main offer enough to sell it as a beta, and then to finish building it with clients' input to make it as good as I possibly can. And the other thing was to plan out content that would truly benefit and connect with my ideal client. I also realized that I couldn't do everything manually, and I wasn't in a position to hire yet. So right from the start, I started building simple systems. I automated what I could, and I created a huge number of templates to help me to save time, and I used tools that helped me work smarter, not harder. Now, one of the biggest game changers is actually AI. And no, I'm not talking about letting a bot take over my business. I'm talking about leveraging AI in a way that keeps my voice, my message, and my mission intact, while saving me hours every single week. It's actually really crazy how much easier and quicker things are to do now than when I first started building my video coaching business a few years ago. Now, it did take a little setup at first, but now I have personal prompts and a branding guide that makes sure that everything I create actually sounds like me. So no generic, useless content that AI will inevitably produce without the right prompts, but also no more hours of work to do what I can now do in minutes. It's a really massive game changer to those of us with such limited time, and it actually makes building a business as a single mom or a woman without much time a whole lot more doable in reality. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the moving pieces of starting a business, I've got something for you. In my free workshop, I break down exactly how to build a strong foundation for your business, even if you're not sure what your business idea might actually be yet. It's a highly practical training where you're going to have the resources that you need to move forward right away so that you can succeed much faster than me. And you can check it out at thechristianmompreneur.com/idea to impact. But before you go check that out, tell me in the comments, what's that one thing that's holding you back from building your business? I would love to hear from you. And remember, you don't need more time, you just need the right strategy.